All right, guys. So I'm kind of want to go over a few things. I'm messing with my Elgato. I'm messing with some sound recorders, some video editing, stuff like that. So I decided to do like a little quick head-to-head game with Mr. Guest Star Highwayman 404. Um, so yeah, like you're basically gonna get to see like what kind of plays I run, how I play. I don't put a lot of head-to-head or gameplay of me playing like on here. This is more for editing purposes and I by the way this game's going to look like a little mini highlight reel. So the teams were pretty equal, pretty balanced. He had a pretty solid defense, except for he called some bad defensive plays. So hopefully this whole thing like works out because it's going to take me about 19 minutes and I'll be basically a sports broadcaster for this. So let's jump right into it because I'm not going to edit the plays out of it. So you're going to see what plays I run, uh, how I audible, and so on and so forth. So that's the deal. So basically, in this situation, it's 3rd and 4. Um, he's got a good run defense, but I don't like to get away from the run, so I wanted to continue to run the ball. I just used a basic halfback wham, which obviously he was prepared for, but I think I should have got the first down there. But quickly I saw his outside linebackers were all bunched, or all his, both his outside linebackers are bunched in the middle. So I put Julio Jones on a quick out and hit the first down. Spun out of it. Didn't get anything after that though. So the dude's got pretty solid D. At the beginning of this, I kind of dink and dunk the ball. There's not a whole lot of crazy wild plays or anything like that. I was kind of upset like at this play, like I broke a nice run and just I don't know, LaDainian Tomlinson just super slow. So it kind of let me know that I need to maybe like get another running back. I haven't messed with a running back all year. I've stuck with 90 like tearing up the master LaDainian Tomlinson. But he looked pretty bad on that play. But so he got beat on the run play there, so I came back with another run with Adrian Peterson. A nice little spin move there. And again, no speed, so couldn't break it for a touchdown. But back to back, like good, solid runs put me down in the red zone. I think I ended up like not doing well. So I went with a screen, him probably thinking I was going to run again. Um, I don't I don't recall, even though I just played this game all of like 10 minutes ago. Oh, okay, yeah. He almost like broke it. But it was a decent play call. He just had decent coverage. He did a cover 2 invert. So basically everybody came up. So that's why those safeties was like so far up. Um, I didn't really pay attention to a lot of his defense until like midway, like or about the end of the first, like midway into the second or beginning of the second. Um, just to kind of clue y'all in, this isn't like a full game. This isn't, anything like major. So I try to run the ball. It's a no go. So I just try to pound it straight up the middle with an ISO halfback dive, um, and then quickly like switch it up to a slant. And as you'll see here, dot to Julio Jones. So Julio's nice with it. It's a good touchdown. He just I don't know why he's running cover 2 like invert like down the goal line. And I notice it now. I mean, I did notice it then, but I didn't notice that like he was doing it every defensive play. So right there, he was already in a defensive. I switched and went with a fake. Took way too long for picking it, so he knew that I was gonna fake it. So yeah, it was just a bust at the beginning, and I didn't even get the playoff that I wanted. So it was whatever. Um, Bad kickoff. So now he's getting the ball. He's down 6. So he's still in the game. It's really early. First quarter barely gone by. Um, so yeah, not a great return. So here's like my defense. So as you can see, I mainly every time, actually just about every time, the only quarterback adjustment I make at the beginning of the game is I put my cornerbacks on a matchup speed to speed. So my fastest corner is going to be on their fastest wide receiver, so on and so forth. I don't like it by overall. You know, some people do, some people don't. Um, I prefer speed because I don't want, you know, he has Calvin Johnson or whatever. I don't want him literally just burning me down the field with a 90 corner, 90 speed corner or something like that, even if he's the highest corner. It wouldn't have mattered in this matchup anyway because I literally had Dion, who's my highest corner, and Calvin's like his highest receiver, so it didn't really matter anyways. But so he tries to throw one over the middle. I was prepared for it, swatted it down. Um, this is more basically like, I mean, I was definitely playing in this game. There's no question about it. Like I wasn't fooling around. I wanted him to actually quit like fairly quickly so I could try to figure out how to voice over, kind of narrate, I guess, this video. So he starts a nice quick slant again, but I use Atlantic Collins, get a nice hit stick on it, and he drops the ball. It's 4th and 8. So at this point, like I'm pretty much know that he's going to probably pass over the middle again. Um, so I'm not really like playing around with it. Like at first, I started thinking about doing a man blitz, just to put a rush on him, but then that would just kind of um, secure his slant or his drag or his quick pass that he's going to want to do. So I wanted to cover 3, and then all I did was press the corners. And so everybody's like on him. Then I audibled and put, if you saw it the last second there, I put my middle linebacker. I brought him forward, or my right outside linebacker. So I brought him forward instead of dropping back into that zone. So that made him disrupted his pass and everything like that. So he turned over the ball, 4th and 8 on zone 22. I don't know why like he would do that, but especially in a close game. And this is why like a lot of people like lose games like so early because you know you do things like this and it's like you know okay. This is the one I think like where I messed up, or I didn't really mess up, but I don't know. I didn't really press it. I didn't want to press the issue since I missed the extra point. I figured I was already in field goal range, so I just basically wanted to, you know, basically play it safe, get some run plays off or some quick passes. So with this, I went with the scat play. Um, so we do complete this play, but I do end up audibling. Oh, well, it's going to audible. I'm going to audible. I'm going to pick the same play again, but I'm going to come out and I'm going to audible it just a little bit. So what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to take that middle receiver instead of putting him on, which is Fitzgerald. I'm going to put him on a slant. So if I kind of show the play art here, they're both going to end up in the same position, but I'm not going to throw it to him anyway. I'm going to hit a dot. See, like I put he should have caught. Oh, that's right. This is the drive where I have 2 dots that are basically back-to-back drop. So the next one's going to be the same thing. Again, I do a slant stay, and again, you're going to see, I believe it's Eifert or Brown, one of the two, just a flat out drop again on a wide open pass, like boop. He holds on to it and then he drops it again. I should have hit Brown trailing him, but like my first, he kind of put a blitz on there, so. But so yeah, I was just basically playing it safe. I wasn't really trying to, you know, do anything wild and crazy at this point. Um, Pretty much like at this point, the game's like half over. Because he quits before halftime, if that helps. Like the drowning out of this video and my non-Morgan Freeman-esque narrative. But yeah, so kick the field goal, kickoff. He returns it for a little decent gain. So at this point, like I kind of realized that like he's basically just like trying to throw over the middle. He doesn't have really any passing game to per se. He comes out no back, so I know he's passing. I'm preparing for him to pass like over the middle. So he does a screen, but I put Kuechly out there for a reason. So he pretty much sniffs that out like pretty quick. That was the cover one Robert press. I switched to a cover one hole press this time, just to kind of keep my middle linebacker like over the middle and keep Landon Collins in a man position because he probably saw the safety come over. That's why he had that open. So he throws a little quick 2 yard pass, like right there, or 5 yard pass, something like that. Not bad. It's 3rd and 7. He's no huddling. He thinks he's got something. Um, I'm really not going to change my defense up at this point because I'm like, well, he's probably going to do the same thing again, or he's going to try to throw a slant like over the middle. So I'm basically just watching his receivers, and there's the little in that he does. So I'm just keeping Dion like locked up on him. So now I realize he's going to do it again, or he's going to try to do a slant. Basically, it's all this kid really has. So I switch up and put it on man-to-man. Like at the last second, he tries to do a rub route, and yeah, my dude should have picked that off. Hit him right in the hands. I didn't switch to him fast enough, so that was my fault. So at that point, again, he goes for it on 4th down. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm getting bored. You know, let's try to open it up a little bit and see like if we can start getting some passing game in here. So our first read on this is Delanie Walker is right there where we throw it. Nice little dot in between 4 people. That was my first read, but I actually looked at Julio Jones first on the far right. I'm gonna actually go with the tight end angle on this one. So I switched to the Texas route, which is a mid pass, and then I basically my first read is Julio Jones, and my second is Calvin Johnson. So I see Julio's got like double coverage, so I saw a quick little over the middle, like to Calvin. And then from this point, I'm like, okay, I'll just take it down to the 2-minute warning. So right now it doesn't look too bad, but yeah, he's about to get wrecked here in a second, which makes him quit. So I wouldn't say wrecked. It was a bad break, and then he just quit. But here is the most beautiful play of the game, and I want everybody to love this. Omari, this one was for you, buddy. I'm not even going to tell you what happens. The best read option with no legs Tom Brady, baby. Let's go. Yeah, that's ugly. When Tom Brady does a read option on you and literally like everybody crashes on that back. It was perfect read by me. And Tom Brady's like, oh, grandpa, 41-year-old legs or 40-year-old legs, however old he is, like, yeah, let's go. And we take the extra point and we kick off. So here's basically like where he's about to quit. As you can probably see there's about 2 minutes left in the game, or in the video rather. Well, 2 minutes left in the half too. So he gets a decent like return, well, which I thought was decent. Then I realized it was only on 26. So at this point, like I'm still playing for him. I'm looking for a pick to kind of just like end this really fast. So I decided to go to a zone blitz too deep, and I'm gonna switch to a fire zone 2, and then I'm gonna press my corners to get up in their face, and then I put my linebackers, as you saw him just shift. I put my linebackers on the outside, so he's gonna throw a screen, and yeah, 55 should have caught that, but he did come from behind and strip for the fumble. So at this point, he's like probably pissed and screaming at the TV and everything like that, and why me and blah 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 blah. So I mean, it was a good call, although yeah, Suggs should have had that, didn't, but he did come from behind him and strip it. So at this point, like I had a run play to go to the right, and you can see him lurking over there on my corner, and then he switches to like the middle. So as soon as he switched, I was like, okay, I'll get him, and then I just completely did not let my blockers get out there. I speed bursted, tried to cut on the inside, and it was a fail. So it was a toss crack. Didn't work. So I was like, you know what? Let's get back into this. So I go into the medium pass. I go down to double moves, and I'm gonna Okay, I do the slant and goes. So I audible to a slant, then I see his defense like wrapped up like that, so I go into a run. I don't know, mad animation, boo boo. So at this point, I go to slant and goes, and I tried to show the animation like every time like in this. I know where everybody's going. I was just trying to show everybody since I don't really play like a lot of like head to head and stuff like that. Um, I tried to show everybody like what plays I was running and then how I adjusted them and so on and so forth. This I actually let like as soon as I saw this is where it ends. As soon as he pressed up, like I basically put both my wide receivers on a vertical, which I mean it's 97 Calvin Johnson, 97 Julio Jones. As soon as he pressed on them, it was like all right, just over the top on them. So I put both of them on a vertical, and then this is pretty much where it just ends. A nice little move, like little subtle like stick work there to finalize the thing. You can see he quits right here. So that was a video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Hopefully this soundtrack works and everything like that, and it's not too annoying. But you got a little gameplay out of me. You got to see a little bit of how I play and so on and so forth, offense and defense. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. And for now, I am out of here. Y'all have a good night. Take care.